Hi, Yanette. How are you today?
I could be better.
Could be better. Um,
Yeah, I'm tired of this probation stuff. I'm worried if I don't make it, I'm gonna go back to jail. Um, just tired of everything altogether.
it sounds you've been on probation for a while. It's been a lot of things that you've been um, going through and dealing with, and you're just really tired, right?
Yeah, sometimes I think about using, but I know that's really not an option. I mean, I'm trying to do the best that I can, but they want so much out of me. Hmm, I don't know. Kind of tired of seeing you too.
Well, um, it sounds like, yeah, there's a lot going on in your life, and you're really tired of trying to meet the expectations of your probation officer, and you're really tired of seeing me as well. And um, I'm sorry.
I don't mean to be rude. I'm just so overwhelmed with life and everything. Um, I don't know. I'm just frustrated. Need a job. I really need to try getting my own place and getting things together and lined up like that, but I really don't know where to start. Um, yeah.
Yeah, trying to figure out, starting over, those kind of things are really, they're a lot, I think sometimes maybe prioritizing, like, is there something that you could do to prioritize, like, what steps you need to take to get?
Never been good at organizing anything. My whole life been a mess and trying to get it on track. I really just don't know where to start. So I don't know like where to begin. Just trying to piece my life together bit by bit.
So if you could imagine your life being in order, what would that look like to you?
Having gainful employment, having my own place, a roof over my head, being able to put food on my table and provide. Um, not really interested in having a relationship or anything because it seems like everything I love is taken away from me in some kind of way. But I mean, maybe one day down the line, maybe a husband, and I don't know, but that's really far fetched.
So it sounds like stability and family um, is something that you desire. However, it's just kind of seems like it's far in the it's not something that you can achieve like in the moment, but you'd like to have that in the near future.
Yeah, maybe I'm rushing things. I would like it right now, but that's just not how life goes, at least mine's anyway.
Yes. Well, um, let me think. I'm trying to figure what how we could set steps, or if I could help you set steps to achieve something like in the moment, you know? So you're looking toward having your own place, right?
Yes.
You're like, over halfway done with this program. So you'll be able to get a job in the next 60 days.
Who's gonna hire me? I have a horrible record. No one wants to hire an ex-felon.
Yeah, having criminal charges on your record, it does kind of sometimes change your options, but it's not the end. There's ways that we could use, like your if there's history, we have difficulty coming up with like job history, we can use like your strengths, things about you, or daily tasks you do that that are like that are strengths that you can transfer over into like your skills. Like maintaining a house, a clean house, right? Those are good housekeeping skills. Can you think of something else that you do to maintain your house that would be helpful? That would be a skill that we could, transfer over into a
Mm,
work skill?
I really don't know. Like, I like gardening, maybe.
Gardening.
Um, I mean, when I think of me and look at myself, I really don't have a lot of strengths.
I think it's harder for us. We're like our own worst critic. Like we can't see. It's hard for us sometimes to see the strengths that other people see in us, right?
I mean, I gave you a rundown of like my life and my history. I mean, would you hire me? No one wants me.
I would hire you. I believe that you're very one, you're caring, you care about other people, you're compassionate, you're beautiful. You have a good personality. You work well with, I notice how you interact with your peers, and you're always willing to lend a hand to someone else. I think those skills are very relatable to a helping type of job where you help other people. Is that something that would interest you?
Yeah, but all the stuff that's gone on with my kids and stuff, I don't think I would be able to work around people. That's another obstacle.
When you say you don't think you'll be able to work around people, can you tell me a little more about that?
Like the stuff that I've had going on in the past with my children, like losing a child or leaving my child with someone that was clearly incapable of caring for him, and he lost his life over it. I mean, I don't think I would be able to get a job with people like if I had been involved with CPS.
Okay. So, being involved with CPS, that is like something that happened and it wasn't your fault, right?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. And there are always people that are willing to give a second chance. We make mistakes in life. However, it's what we learn from them and we move forward. How we grow from the mistakes that makes a difference. So where you were, say 20 years ago, as to where you are today, you've made changes, right?
Yes, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just making excuses. Um, I tend to do that a lot. If I could just learn to stop putting myself down, maybe I think that would help. I try to point out good things about me, but it's so hard to find some. Although other people see them, I don't believe I have them or I don't see them. And it sometimes just is so depressing.
I think that that learning to have compassion for yourself is something that would be beneficial for you. And we could start off by like maybe some positive affirmations. Um, if I were to ask you to look in the mirror and say something nice or beautiful about yourself, can you tell me something?
I got my eyelashes.
You have nice eyelashes. Okay, that's positive. Let's try two more.
I've been told I got the idealistic, I like the perfect face, like the old face or something like that.
Perfect face. Okay.
And my hair's growing.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm able to style it. It always looks better though when I go and someone does it for me, but it's not often I can afford that. So, but I mean, I guess that's all I really see.
Okay. So you are able to identify three positive attributes about yourself. I think that if you would be willing to practice that every day when you look in the mirror, write something positive about yourself. You think you could try that for 7 days?
Yeah, I'll give it a try. It's
Okay.
really hard to stick to things that I set out to do because my mind wanders a lot. Sometimes when I look in the mirror, what I really see is me being just like my mom, and I don't want to see that. She was horrible. But yeah, I guess I could try to do positive stuff in the morning when I get up.
Okay. And another thing that might be helpful is writing a gratitude list, right?
What does that mean?
A gratitude list is where you identify things that you are grateful for.
Oh,
And it could be, something as simple as I'm grateful that my heart is beating today. I have food that I can eat and a safe place to sleep.
yeah, I can try that.
Okay. So we've got positive affirmations, a gratitude journal. I'm kind of thinking that, let me ask you a question. When's the last time you did something fun?
If you want me to be honest,
Yes.
probably during a time when I was using, just living on the edge. That was fun to me.
Okay. So when you were using and living on the edge, you kind of did things that, that was sounds like that was kind of fun to you. Now that you're sober, um, I think it would be beneficial to practice having fun.
Well, I enjoy playing games sometimes with the ladies whenever it's time. Like I enjoy Scrabble and um, Jenga, I think it's called. It's like this block game, and you take turns pulling a piece, but you don't want all the pieces to fall at once when you grab your piece. So I enjoy that, but probably Scrabble the most because I kind of like words or learning new words and the meanings. Sometimes people make a word I don't know, and I take a photogenic picture of it and I look it up at a later time. So yeah, I like word games and stuff.
Okay. So we have a group called Recovery Games, and that is where you would go in on a Friday night from 6 p.m. to 7:30, and you can play games. You can play board games with peers, other people that are in recovery. Um, there's a room where you can go in and paint or do a artsy activity, a crafty activity.
I like painting. That'd be nice.
Yeah, there's painting and there's also scrapbooking, you know. You said you kind of like putting things together, right? Picture, beautiful pictures and things. I believe that's what you said.
Yeah, I would like
Okay. So, if that's okay with you, if it's okay with you, I'd like to sign you up for recovery games.
that'd be nice. And you said it's on what days?
Friday nights?
Yeah, I probably can swing that. I like to get in a meeting usually on Friday, so maybe I can just go to an earlier meeting and then make it for the game night.
Okay. Yeah, because meetings are a part of your self care as well. Um, and then let's practice those things for this week. Your positive affirmation, gratitude journal, and going to the recovery games meeting.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope that that you are able to enjoy yourself, possibly meet some friends or maybe, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're very willing and I appreciate that.
Yeah. As long as I keep surrounding myself with sober people and I'm in a relaxed environment, I believe anything is possible, I guess. Like I'm always willing to try new things, anything that's gonna help me remain sober and, reach the goals that I have set forth for myself.
Yes, I think you can do those things. I believe in you. Okay, well, is there anything else that I can help you with today?
Mm, do you have any type of resources maybe that you could remember for our next session? Far as like looking into one day living on my own or something like that. That would be nice.
So are you you're talking for about like an apartment or house setting or
Like an apartment or maybe even like a house or something.
house? Yeah.
I hear of those I don't know what they call them, kind of like a halfway house or something. It's where it's a lot of people that lives in one house and they all have to pay rent and do randoms and um I mean it's a curfew, but I think that'd be better for me to go into a setting like that before trying to actually live out on my own because I don't want to set myself up for failure.
Yeah, so sober, they call them sober living homes. And you live in there with peers. You split the rent, the utilities, internet, and everybody kind of puts a little bit of money into this pot for like household cleaning supplies, personal things, toilet paper, everything it takes to maintain the house. Those I'm so glad that you would consider a group home, sober living type of setting because that is a place where you can practice building relationships with other people, connecting, being able to go to a meeting or do fun activities